Well, it currently is Wednesday evening, and I'm looking at the forecast tomorrow to see if I can get out and get a reasonably local camping. Just looking at the forecast now, this is showing sort of like midnight tonight. If I kind of run that through to 6 o'clock, so that's noon tomorrow, so that's not looking too bad. I'm here at Arrochar there, and a little bit of a shower kicking around about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but I kind of think I'd like to be getting my tent pitched up by then. So thread of a bit of rain kicking around, but there always is here. On to 6 o'clock, so quite a heavy rainfall there, and then 9 o'clock on Thursday night, very heavy rain, but then passing over around midnight. So a wet night, but if the opportunity shows itself, I'm going to try and take it. You're just going to have to wish me luck. Hi, hi. Fancy seeing you here. Okay, so far the weather forecast has been correct. We've got a bit of a what looks like a dry hiking hour, which I'm going to use to try and find a destination to camp. So I've just walked through Arrochar from home, up past the church, up the climb, and now I'm onto the Lochs way, heading towards the Arrochar hydro scheme, and it's across a small water which feeds it. So we'll get there and then we can have a look at that, and then we'll head up the steady climb to probably the highest point of this walk, but I'll confirm that. So this is the water which feeds the hydro scheme for Arrochar, and this piece of steelwork is actually going to be the new crossing here. Originally cyclists and walkers used to actually clamber over those pipes and all that kind of stuff, but it wasn't safe. So the Lochs Way body committee, whoever these fine people are actually constructing a new bridge over this, which well, it looks absolutely fantastic. So that's Arrochar behind me. So you can see there's a small amount of altitude to get up here, which is one of them. It's short and sweet, but and sharp, but very doable. And then once you're up here, I'm heading towards Glen Douglas, so going the reverse of the route, I guess, but it's just gently rolling then. It's very wet at the moment after recent rains, and I am ever hopeful of a decent place to pitch the tent. as I wander along now, I think this is a good, very good time to give a shout out to a subscriber. Now this subscriber of mine, he probably can lay claim to being the most international, longest distance, furthest away subscriber that I have, and possibly even the longest. He could actually be #1 subscriber. I'm not too sure. He may be #2, so I'm not too sure on that. But here's a shout out to my mate Randy Berlin, who lives and works, and always has done as far as I know, in Alaska. And what a fantastic, fantastic place and part of the world that is. And Randy is familiar with this. He's familiar with Arrochar because he's actually been here and stayed in the village for a number of days whilst touring the UK on his bicycle. And I was very, very lucky. Ooh, bear with me. I was very, very lucky to spend a couple of evenings with him, idly chatting. Anyway, I hope you're well, Aunt Randy. Thank you for continuing to watch my little films, and I hope to see you again soon, my friend. I'll tell you what, I've just seen a little bit of blue sky. Don't get me singing again. I'm nearly up to the top now. Up to the top. Nearly up to the top to put tent up. Is that English? Right, I think I've got a spot. It's been used by cattle, which has helped in some ways in that it's flattened quite a fair bit of it out, so I should get a flat pitch, which is important because I don't like sliding around inside my tent. But the downside is there's a lot of cow muck, so what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to try get my tent just pitched in that little spot there where there's no cow muck, and fingers crossed it'll be reasonably flat, but not a bad spot. We'll have a look at it in a second when I get the tent up. I have got the tent up. Tent's up. I've actually got some guy lines on it tonight because it is meant to blow up when the rain comes in. There's going to be quite a few gusts, so I've tried to get the tail into the wind. It'll come up that lock regardless of which way it says it's going to blow. So a bit of extra reinforcement there. I've managed to dodge all the cow poo, just in case the small's watching. And inside it looks like this. A little meal mat. I got my food in there. I got my jet boil, a bit of water. I need to go find some more water. And then I keep my rucksack over in that vestibule. And as per usual, I have got my 4-class bivy bag, which is that, you know, it's just that extra bit of extra protection against condensation or any other leaks. I have my foil mat, extra insulation. Got my thermarest as recommended by Tito, and then I've got this little baby, which is a RAB 900. Now I've actually had this, I've had this a few weeks, and this is its first chance out, so I'm absolutely delighted with that. And it's funny, there seems to be quite a few people popping up on YouTube in recent weeks just bought them. And then, as you know, my pillow was going down, so Mrs. Boardman very, very kindly bought me a new Sea to Summit pillow, so we're in a good place. Well, I picked a good spot here tonight. I'm really pleased with this. I mean, I'm reasonably familiar with the Three Lochs Way, having walked it a couple of times, and once with Tito the Troddler, but I never walked it thinking about camping and all that kind of stuff, so it's nice to come up here and find a nice spot. I'll definitely return, I think, on a lovely summer's day, you know, with it not being too far from home. You get the fantastic views, and certainly across to the Cobbler and up the rest, and be thankful. So I shall definitely be back. It's getting a little bit cold now, it's getting a bit dark, and there's rain threatening again, so I'm gonna bail back into the tent now. I'm starting to get a bit hungry, so I'll see you when we get back in there. Cheers. Well, as you can probably hear, the rain's very much set in now. There's not a lot else going on. I'm just listening to some tunes and having a small glass of red, which is very palatable. I'm going to turn in now and relax, probably have an early night. And what time it's, well, it's 20 past 6, so it's still quite early. I'll probably be asleep before 8. So unless there's a reason to bring you back and give you a shake, wake up, wake up. I'll see you in the morning. Hi, good morning. 7:30. Just going to have a coffee. Decent night's sleep, everything performed perfectly well. A lot of rain, quite windy through the night. Again, tents, everything's worked perfectly well. The camping equipment, sleeping equipment's done really well, or very warm. So, just perfect. I'm probably going to be about 2 hours from getting packed up and getting home. So I'm not too sure whether we're going to have much light, but if I can pick it up a little bit further down the trail, I will do. Other than that, so far so good. It was an enjoyable camp, and as I said before, everything worked absolutely perfectly well. I had to take the bivvy off, it was just too warm. It's certainly going to be good for frosty conditions, but with the new bag and the bivvy and everything, very hot. So other than that, a very comfortable night. I'm glad I found that spot, because it's a go back to spot. Like I said, if the sun's shining, you're going to get different weather conditions around here. and it's just great just having a little spot like that with great views, only a couple of miles away from home, so that's good. I do plan to actually do more walking on the 3 Lochs way as part of a reconnaissance this winter for the 3 Lochs Ultra that I plan to do next May with Tito. So whilst quite a lot of it will be in the dark and there'll be no tents involved, I shall bring you along. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. I thoroughly have, and let's hope we get out again soon. See you soon.